dreaming. 'Cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been dreaming. 'Cause now that I'm woke, everything that I see ain't what it seems. I guess I've been dreaming. 'Cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been dreaming.
Oh, what it is, what it do. Peace and love to all the guys and gals in the high vibrating species on the planet. Salute, salute, salute. Come on in. Welcome back to the channel. Oh yeah, we litty. I'm telling them boys, we kicked though. We in this mofo for show. You know what I'm talking about? Busting down all the truth. All the truth. We're trying to get all that truth up out of there. How's everybody doing? Academy mates. Let me get one for you. For your Academy mates. Yeah, I see you. Turn up. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? We back with the Night God 333. Peace and love to you, sir. And salute, you know what I mean? We got the Bucegi Mountain. The secrets of this mountain. I've never heard of it. I don't know if you have. If you haven't, we're gonna go through it today together. You know what I mean? I don't really know what to say about it, you know what I mean, other than it's probably another mountain with more inhabitants and stuff, you know what I mean, secrets or maybe passages or something, stargates or something, but we're gonna find out, you know what I mean. I don't know how y'all feel about it. I just know it's, you know what I'm saying, it's pretty deep. All this information is pretty deep. And eventually we're going to get the full broad spectrum of it, okay? Just hang in there, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be okay. For those that's having an issue with any of the information, I just say just do some due diligence, help yourself out. We're not trying to force any beliefs on anybody via this channel or anywhere that you see this information. Just we want you to understand that it's more than us. It's more than, you know what I'm saying, what's been given to you, a hell of a lot more than what's been given to you. It's a lot deeper. Certain situations are a lot worse than meets the eye. And then there are situations that are a lot better than meets the eye, okay? You just got to hang in there, you know what I'm saying, know where you are in the situation, how you're going to come along, how you're going to sustain yourself, help your families, friends, whatever the case may be, for whatever situation may befall you in your paradigm, all right? So, like, again, we do not ask anybody to believe anything. We ask that you do your due diligence, your own research, you know what I'm saying, come up with your own conclusions. This is one of the main disclaimers of this channel, and anybody that's in the Academy ranks, they can tell you that. We do not promote that you believe anything. Because I believe what I believe, that's because I believe it. Not because I want you to believe it is with me. You know what I'm saying? If we can relate, resonate with certain informations together, then hey, we resonate. Let's discuss it. If not, keep moving until you find what resonates with you. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to get it all from me or anybody that you know out here that's putting out this type of information. All right. So we're gonna go through the Bucegi Mountains. We're gonna see exactly what's going on with it. Night God 333. That's gonna carry us through. So Academy, if you got what you need, I hope you do, because I do. You know what I'm saying? Without further ado, we're going to get to what it is that we do, right? Bossing.
What's happening, Night God family? Hope you all are doing well, and I hope you all enjoyed my last video about the diaries of Admiral Richard Byrd. This video also comes from some older content, but it's on the secrets of the Bucegi Mountains. Now, those of you that don't know, because I didn't when I first heard the story, the Bucegi Mountains are in Romania. And lately, I've actually been talking to a follower from Romania, and she said there's a lot more to that place than meets the eye. So I highly suggest you stick around.
Now, that's funny that he actually used the same terminology I just used, meets the eye, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're definitely there. Puppies, puppy time, puppy chow, puppy chow.
And tune in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell, because the following story is absolutely intriguing. In 2002, the government, using ground penetrating radar, made a great discovery. And at the time, they planned on sharing with the people, but they have not. Though that's unfortunate, it gives me the opportunity to share with you instead. So this is the Bucegi Mountains Secrets of Romania and the secrets of the underground tunnels. But before we start, you know the drill. Hit that notification bell so you get an alert every time I post. Like, subscribe, and comment on the video. Get it out there. I'm trying to get my views up on these mainline videos. I'm getting mad views on YouTube Shorts, and I'm happy about that. It's putting me out there. But if I could get you guys to like, subscribe, and comment on my longer videos with more substance, I'd like to get one of those videos out there as well. I'd like to see one of my 10 to 15 minute videos get a couple 100,000 views. So help me out there. Love you guys, and I hope you enjoy the following video. Also, I'll probably post another video finishing Russia's alien book of secrets. The secrets of the underground tunnels, part 1. With the declassification of ground penetrating radar back in 2010, even though they've been using it since the 70s, there's staggering new data that show there's a labyrinth of complex tunnels that span across the entire Earth.
True.
The following discoveries were made back in 2003. Namely, the US government, along with other superpowers, would find that there's actually 4 primary tunnels spanning for thousands of miles. And off those main tunnels, subtunnels that lead you deeper into the core of the Earth. They would state that the deeper you go, the bigger the megalithic structures would get. And in these tunnels, you would find rooms, huge rooms, with massive stone tables that were made for people much larger than us. What scientists would refer to as the projection room would contain all of the Earth's history, from her natural processes to the species inhabiting her. And these events could be replayed visually. Even a table you can perform holographic experiments. The type of experiments? Mixing DNA. You could virtually mix the DNA of any 2 species on Earth, and it would provide a holographic image of what the...
Listen, man, I'm trying to tell you. Listen, bro. It's coming down. It's gonna come down to the sun and genetics, just like the guy said, man. That's what it's gonna come down to. Have y'all not noticed? There's a lot of DNA experimenting and splicing going on with most of the stuff that we found so far, going through his videos. Like, there's a lot of it. And the SCP Foundation, you know what I mean, they typically have this type of stuff going on.
They would look like. They would also discover that these rooms are over 50,000 years old, and that they're all connected to each other by some form of energy. This same energy also protected the room, and if one of them activated, all 4 would. They've also figured out each of the room's locations. Of the 4, the first one is located near the Egyptian Sphinx. The next one is located in Iraq, in underground tunnels somewhere in the city of Baghdad. The next one is Mount Kailash in Tibet, obviously a pyramid. Then finally, Bucegi Mountains in Romania, where it's said that they have another Egyptian Sphinx. They would go on to say that the deeper tunnels would lead to a secret world under the Gobi Plateau in Mongolia. But it didn't stop there. They claimed the tunnels would lead to another secret world, below Antarctica. In the end, this connects to the German Tibet expedition in World War II, Hollow Earth, the all-seeing eye above the Egyptian pyramid, and much more. In 2002, the Pentagon was running many geodesic and military programs using satellites based on ground-penetrating radar technologies. And what they would find was absolutely amazing. The satellites would pick up a weird-shaped anomaly in the Bucegi Mountains in Romania. They would also reveal that the tunnel was blocked in 2 different spots by the same energy. Basically, energy shields. The first one was at the beginning of the tunnel, blocking the entrance. The second one would be a huge dome-shaped barrier at the middle of the mountain. It's believed that Germans would be the first to encounter these energies in World War II. If it didn't kill them, it would send them out running with massive migraines. Some would even have heart attacks. Signor Massini, the leader of this expedition, would conclude that something important must be there. Part 2 next. In late 2002, the Pentagon, using satellites with ground-penetrating radar, would discover a large spherical-shaped cavern with a tunnel leading up to it in the Bucegi Mountains of Romania. Now normally they would look past something like this and not think much of it, but recently they had made a similar discovery in the undergrounds of Baghdad, Iraq. The only difference, the one in the Bucegi Mountains was much larger, and the mountains had a sphinx nearby. Yes, you heard me, a sphinx, just like the one by the Giza pyramids. So the US would work with Romania and they would both investigate the anomalies. And what they would find would change the course of history as we know it. As the teams approached the entrance in the side of the Bucegi Mountains, something would activate. It was a large force field blocking the entrance. Shortly after, one of the U.S. officials would get a call. The one in Baghdad activated as well. So when one activated, so did the other. Initially, 3 soldiers would try to walk through the force field, but they would die of a heart attack instantly. So the officials would have to take a different approach. In order to deactivate the force field, you had to reach a higher state of consciousness. It took quite some time to discover this, but eventually, many were able to do it. When they finally...
Hey, and that was one of the SCPs that we had went through, one of the series that we went through, that they had to go in a certain way. And that, yeah, see what I mean? See what I mean? There it is. There it is. That's what we was looking for. An exact story of something that was going on in the SCP Foundation that's going on out here. And there it is. Now, what we need to do is go back and see exactly which one of those SCPs that we covered. Which I'm pretty sure it was the last series before I went on vacation, right? And I had to get all the new stuff before they actually crashed me down. You know what I mean? I had to get all the new stuff up in the bitch. But yeah, that's what I'm recollecting, and that's what I'm here to do, to put the two together, because I know something's there. We just have to discover exactly what it is. You know what I mean? And damn, he hit it. That was explosive.
They reached the dome inside the cavern. It also had a force field around it. They opened it the same way. In this, what they would later call the projection room, they would discover perfectly cut large tables and chairs, much too big for present-day humans. They would find over 30 ancient texts written on tablets. That when you slid your hand across them, almost as if a smartphone, they would display a holographic image of the origins of the Earth. Not only that, it displayed every creature that's ever inhabited the Earth and how they came to be. Another station would allow you to mix DNA of any 2 creatures on Earth, then produce a holographic image of what they would look like. The room would have 3 doors, one going to the Giza Sphinx, the other going to Mount Kailash in Tibet. The third is said to have gone to inner Earth. And that's not all. They would even find a large stone chair with what seemed to be attached to it a helmet. Right away, you could see that the helmet was much too large for the average human being. The chair was set for a human about 10 to 12 feet tall, and the helmet would fit the head of this human. They figure it was an automated system that would get you to the highest state of consciousness immediately. Eventually, they would discover that it actually allowed you to use your astral body to time travel. As they proceeded, the discoveries would become even more magnificent. Continue downstairs to a lower level. Here they would notice a pillar-shaped chest in the middle of the room. After figuring out how to unlock it, they opened the lid. They would notice a beautiful white light emanating from the chest. Inside was a white dense powder. This would become known as monoatomic gold. This substance would cause a lot of diplomatic tension, due to the fact that when consumed, this stuff could make you live for 1,000 years. It is said to be known by locals as the place of the giants, since its discovery in 2002 by the Pentagon using geodesic satellite radar. They discovered large caverns cut right into the side of a mountain with no visible entrances at the surface. They were beings that seemed to have mastered technologies even more advanced than today's. The walls of these tunnels were smooth like polished marble. They start in the mountain at an even slope and then make a cut at a perfect 26-degree angle. This would lead up to a central room with a height of 30 meters tall and 100 meters wide. Lined up along both the left and the right walls were tables with a height of no less than 6 feet. On these tables were all types of ancient cuneiform writing, while there were some that were more familiar, like circles and triangles. On other tables, there seemed to be some sort of consoles with all sorts of cables coming out of them. These consoles could design holographic images based on scientific information. Welcome to the Bucegi Mountains of Romania.
I'm not sure. It's big. Alright, so that's the Video Academy's man. Let me tell you, man. Alright. We seen it. We saw what happened to Andrew. You know what I mean? And what he saw and what he was trying to get more, you know what I'm saying, intel on to kind of help us out with some of this stuff that they trying to cover. But, you know, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, for him, yeah. So I don't know what that is, y'all. Like, I'm just like, like I said, I have to meditate on it more, just to, because I mean, it was like I could see it at one point, but then there was this 3 voices in one, which I know it came from one entity. But I've heard that come from something else though. And it wasn't necessarily a giant per se. It was big, but it wasn't a giant. So I'm not sure if it's both these entities are down there in the cave together, or if that's emanating from one being, just different frequencies and tones. Which of course, some sound regular, but then there was others that sounded more. Tritoned and sound like more dragon-ish. So I'm not sure. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what y'all think about this mountain right here. Yeah, it seems to be holding the same secrets. It might be on the 33rd parallel. I may have to see exactly what parallel is on to see what type of energy center that's here. But of course, he said there's a tunnel going through it, and like he said, there are. Hold on, baby. There's a tunnels going all over the world, which is true. This is very true. There's hints to the tunnels. What did it say? Harriet Tubman. You know what I'm saying? That which is we come to find out is a fictional story. Those tunnels are real though, and that's a part of the tunnel system that he's referring to. Yeah, it's pretty deep. And it goes all over the place. So yeah, they can move around just like that. And it's you know, we got to get on top of this information, man. We got to get on top of this stuff. Keep your eyes out. You know what I mean? It's all over the place. We got fairies out here. We got all types of stuff going on out here. We got gnomes. You know what I'm saying? It's the magical realm. It's awakening. It's been woke. It's just now certain things are starting to come through where, you know what I'm saying, we can actually see it ourselves. You know what I mean? So prepare. It's deep. It's crazy. It's in some aspects it's gonna be marvelous. In other aspects it's gonna be dreadful. You know what I mean? So you just have to prepare yourself for it. So head on the swivel. Don't forget to keep yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally protected at all times. You know what I'm saying? CT on, critical thinking. That's critical thinking. Keep them CT caps on at all times. Remain the vibe high in the green. Stay in the green. You know what I mean? And we gonna make it through this thing. You know what I mean? Peace.